There I am. Hello. Morning. Welcome to Bad Squiddo Games Sunday morning coffee with me. Just adjusting my thing. I don't know what episode we're on. As always, maybe 73. I wish it told me that. If you've not been here before, this is our weekly show where I fiddle around with the tech. Talk about stuff that's happened in Bad Squiddo Games this week. And if you've looked at the title, you'll see that there are lots of off-topic things this week. So I've warned you. I have warned you. So got my little list of stuffage. I have one physical thing to show you. So where should we go? How are you all today? Were you up late watching Eurovision? I wasn't. I was, but then I fell asleep. Well, I sent myself to sleep because I knew I couldn't deal with another hour or so of results. So morning me discovered what happened. So yeah, there we go. Let's start. I've got what have I got today? Mug fans. I have my, in honor of Italy, I have my Queer as Folk mug. And I will have a, what is it? Golden Hour, the Golden Hour tea. That's very, very nice. Very nice. So yes, just a little bit hot. Right, what has happened this week? Carol never watches Eurovision. Can't stand a terrible. This year was very good. Possibly the best Eurovision in my living history. I know. I should probably just start talking about Eurovision. So, so I love Eurovision. I hate all the ballads. Every time there's a ballad, I'm like, oh, it's so boring. It's so boring. Where there's usually a lady in like a long dress and she kind of goes, oh, and then the wind machine, and maybe it ramps up a bit. I'm not into that. I'm into all the silliness and cheesy stuff. So it's like they'd finally listened to me this year. Part of me thought maybe everyone's just so happy that Britain's not in the EU anymore that they can finally do some like fun tunes or something. So there were loads of fun songs, loads of like, damn, that's gonna stick in my head, and lots of different genres of songs. So congratulations to Italy. I'm sure they'll be watching this stream, waiting for validation from Annie Sunday Morning Coffee. Yes, you should watch the Italy performance. They were very fun. Sort of glam rock, but they won! Yay! Iceland were my favourites, but I'll give it to Italy. But yes, Iceland were very fun, and I've been listening to their track a lot this morning. And they had circular guitars, so you know that's always good. But yeah, haters of Eurovision, check out some of last night's. They were wicked. There were loads of stuff, really cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. There's lots of different genres. So Finland had another rock entry as well. And yeah, it was all really upbeat. So yeah, it was cool. I forgot it was on, so I didn't see the start, but it seems like there was a little chain of all the best ones at the end. So woohoo! And as always, I don't know what we're called in it. Are we Great Britain or are we UK? I think we're UK. United Kingdom, nil point. It's always fun. It's always fun watching people online getting genuinely angry that we always get nil point or near that level of crapness anyway. Like, of course we do. No one likes us. Their songs are usually crap as well. Right, what do we got? So yeah, Eurovision last night. Woo woo. Stuck in my head. Right, so this week was not as much as not as much happening as the previous weeks, although in different ways. So what did we start with? So Dave the guinea pig. I should probably talk about something Bad Squiddo first, but so Dave the guinea pig kind of took up a bit of last week. He unexpectedly developed a large lump on his neck, just there, which I thought was a straightforward abscess. So I had to phone my vets, who said, we're not taking on any fresh pets right now. Sorry. So, but you're my vet. I take my guinea pigs to you. I'm a client. Like, yeah, just no more animals right now. Like, okay. Although it was a bit crappy, I get it. They said there are loads of exotic vets have all retired and they're just absolutely like way beyond capacity. But I was like, I can take Karen in, but I can't take Dave in. So they gave me a list of people to phone. So this was Wednesday. This was me entirely missing any work on Wednesday, as I was running around phoning every vet in the Nottingham area, and they're all not taking on new clients. And some were getting angry at me and going, "You need to go to the vet that you're registered with." I'm like, but they won't take Dave. And it was a sort of thing where it's not a right this moment emergency, but you really should get it looked at sort of like today, tomorrow, because they can explode and it's like right there. So I managed to take him somewhere which happens to be the most expensive place in Nottingham. I'm still not entirely sure how high are they up on the guinea pig knowledge scale. They seem to be all right, but so not many vets do guinea pigs, so it's a bit of an arse really getting a good guinea pig vet. But they were very nice. It's just on the long term sort of thing. So I then had to eventually, because I don't drive as well, so I'm just Ubering around Nottingham with guinea pig in tow. Ended up getting him a operation on Thursday. So I thought, okay, that should sort it. Yeah, Mike says they should have seen Dave if they're registered with. If you're registered with him, even if not for Dave, it's a welfare issue. Yeah, somebody sent me that afterwards. So yeah, it's just been absolutely knackered, to be fair. I just went, I don't know what to do. So Dave went in for his operation on Thursday. I'd also arranged to go to Lincoln with Fenris Games, so I think's in the comments. Woo-hoo, hello. Which I'll talk about in a mo. But Thursday was pretty manic because it was dropping Dave off for his operation, going to Lincoln, coming back, picking Dave up. But as guinea pigs are, it was supposed to be a very straightforward operation. And then I get a call when I'm in the middle of Lincoln Museum saying, yeah, it's not straightforward. We're going to have to give him an X-ray. It's not reacting how it should be reacting. Like, oh, okay, fine. So, yeah, when I got back, basically, what are we on now? I think I'm on £350 already with Dave. And I paid £100 for him in the first place. It's suggested donation for the rescue, and it's usually about £30. But because they'd neutered him and he'd had to have an eye operation, I like supporting her, I gave her £100, which still didn't cover his ops, but it helps them out a bit. So cheers, Dave. 450 quid so far. He's asleep over there, bless him. But what's more frustrating is that they didn't really do anything because they couldn't. So they couldn't. I know this is like not bad Squiddo, but I'm trying to speed through it. Because it's what's it? Not. Yeah, they were supposed to drain it and it wasn't draining. I'm just gonna move the light again, so I noticed it's doing the thing. So that wasn't working. So they basically had to put him under anaesthetic, and then oh, I see. Wake up now. Put him under anaesthetic. Have a bit of a jab at him. I didn't work. X-ray and bring him back around. So nothing really has happened. So he's on antibiotics and he's on painkiller. And much like issues I've had with vets before, they haven't given him enough painkiller. So luckily I've got my own, but that's a whole other stress as well. It's generally a mark of a good guinea pig vet, whether they give them cat Metacam or dog Metacam. And I got a really small dose of cat. So I'm going to have to start trying to get through different vets because I don't know. They did an X-ray and it was a bit inconclusive. So I've got to go back Thursday to see if it's changed. But it's not been going down and I'm running out of his antibiotics. So I don't know about that. So that's a bit of a background stress. First, money-wise, because I phoned the rescue and said, do you not get like 6 months guarantee? She went, no. I was like, God damn it, I always get the broken ones. But I get the broken ones on purpose. It's my own fault. Although we didn't know that he had some weird neck thing. So yeah, that's weird because it's his neck. They said they can't cut it out because there's not enough skin to, sew it back. And yeah, we don't know if it's a big neck tumor or anything like that. So yeah, that's fun. So Dave's got to go back in on Thursday and they can do another inspection of him. I just really don't want to have to find another vet halfway through if nothing's happening. But yeah, so that's been a bit of a stress. So that took up 2 days of full brain, and it's been more brain. I've got to give him he's got to have his drugs morning and evening now, as well as his eye drops. He doesn't like it, but luckily he is very cute, and I just hope that we get him all fixed up. Bless him. At least the others aren't ill at the moment. So anyway, bad Squiddo stuff. What's this? Ooh. This is the bad Squiddo thing, not just Annie's rambles. Although I'm sure some of you come for Annie's rambles anyway. So I can cross up there, cross up there. What was that? I've put underspecified. Who knows what I write on these? Don't curse it by saying they aren't. Yeah, I know. They'll get ill whether I curse them or not. We got Eurovision. We've done that. I'll go into Lincoln in a bit, but I'll talk about some specific bad Squiddo stuffs. So I can't remember if this was last week or not, but we've got more sculpts that have come through. So there is the 2 dancers. So more sculpts from the Kickstarter have been done. So that is cool. So let me just bring those up for you in my Alan chat. Oh yes, my Alan bet as well. I didn't mention that. Sure. The dancers have been done. They're not the best pictures, but there's an idea. So these are for the Kickstarter, the WW2 Kickstarter. Woo-hoo-hoo. And that's one. Woo. And another angle. And I really, really like these. Oh, Gary, you did miss the cup reveal. It's the Queer as Folk cup today. And then on the other side, we have, it's one of my favourite mugs. It is, "You never will surrender to a narrow view of gender." It's Grace Petrie, who's one of my favourite artists. Oh, I might as well have a little sip. Are they dancing to Eurovision? Yes, they're dancing to the Iceland track because it's clearly the best. And then this I only seem to have in rotation, so have a rotate. Ooh. Whee! So that's the guitarist and adoring fan. Oh, they're so cute. So they're done, so that's really exciting. Which also means, so they've now gone to the casters. With the previous ones, I think you were here when I mentioned, you particularly were here when I was discussing how we need to make a new smaller mould with bits like the entrenching tools and water bottles, just so we can get more of those cast out for the rest of them, because that's causing a bit of a delay. Because the original parts mould has kind of just been spun a lot and is really inefficient. So decided to get new, we call them blanks, because Alan's averse to the word dolly, but they're regularly known as dollies. So we're going to get some, we have got new ones sculpted, basically, to go into a fresh mould. So it's just way easier to get parts for Soviet figures, not just for this Kickstarter, for the future, because we're going to keep expanding, don't you worry. But currently, my brain was just in a block anyway, so I said to the casters, hold off, I'm not sure yet. Because they had the parts and they had, what were the first ones we had made? Zulbars and Dina. So they received the other sculpts on Friday, so they'll all be going into a mould if they haven't already. It will be sort of first thing next week. So those will be moulded, cast, moulded, cast. They can then work on the production mould for those. And the spare part can go to Alan the sculptor, and he can get working on the rest of the stuff. He is at having a unicycling holiday this weekend. So jealous. So I was chatting to him about unicycling for a little bit, and we came to an agreement. If I can prove to him via video that I can unicycle, and a video of me unicycling for a little bit, he's going to do me a unicycling Annie sculpt for free as a reward. So that's my summer quest to figure out how to unicycle. Can't be that hard, surely. But he also, the best prize is that he said he'd be really proud. As Carol is using a Winter Soviet, women as chain of command platoon. May have to buy a couple of tanks as suitable scales. Yes, yes. I like the Rubicon tanks for that sort of stuff. Do you have any tanks in mind? Till next week. So I've broken my leg. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You can see me on a unicycle, especially in my funky shirt. It'd be wicked. I'm a natural unicyclist, I'm sure. Anything for a Sculpts. So that was very fun. So we've got those. I've been trying to not spam update the Kickstarter because I know people are waiting on the pledge manager. And I want everyone to read the pledge manager email. So I've been doing small updates sort of in the comments section, but I'm aware we're at the point where people are going to start getting angry at me because I did say pledge manager would be sort of 3 weeks after the first bit. I'd like to have a few more sculpts before we get it out. I haven't started building it yet, so I should do that. So I'm jabbing my neck. So let me blast that out. Pledge manager, Kickstarter, mold going in. So stuff is happening. It's just a bit slower than I'd like, but that is entirely my fault. I'd like to keep like putting that across that it's my fault. I'm not blaming anyone else. It's me just kind of dallying on decisions and then opportunities pass and that sort of thing. Well, dallying because I can't make my mind up, but also that I haven't got much time for just thinking because just everything is happening at the moment. So, but yeah, it's still happening. It's still good. I want to show you some painted figures actually. What can I show you? Tease. So thinking weirdly, I'm more ahead for the next Kickstarter for once. So I finally got all those at cast, well, master cast, and it's going to be a very short Kickstarter. Not long after this one's fulfilled. I'm not going to have crazy stretch goals. I'm kind of regretting putting too many stretch goals into this one. I did get carried away. I did go against my own rule, which was to not get carried away with stretch goals. But then on the other hand, it means that there's going to be loads of really cool Soviet models, and I just really want them to exist. It just means that it's going to take a bit longer to get the stuff out, but hopefully people will be cool about that anyway. I'm still mega fast. I don't know about, I don't know for sure if it's going to start shipping in June because that's not far off. But I know that the casters are already casting away huge amounts of the original order I've put through of the models that you've already seen. So the sculpts that were in the Kickstarter, they're already production molded and cast. They're getting cast, if not nearly there, I think he said. So it should be a point where if I can get the pledge manager up mid-June, then I can always ship out the ones that have, which I've done before, where if I've got that stuff, I can ship them out. I like to show you as many of the sculpts before you actually fully commit on the pledge manager, but I didn't do that with Homefront, so I'm rambling now, but yeah, probably pledge manager in like 2-3 weeks from now, not from end of the Kickstarter. But why can't I find him? There we are, Andrew Taylor. The Brain Kickstarter. The Kickstarter afterwards, which is this long-awaited small fantasy Kickstarter. I've actually got, I think I've got them all painted now, which is quite exciting. I want to show you some, but not all of them. Can I show you? If Felicity's here, I've got the Goblin. This is Meg. Andrew Taylor is wicked. I'm really glad he's done a whole chunk for me here. I know she's kind of got boob armor on, but she was one of the random sculpts from the sculptor, and actually I really like her. The armor isn't holding her boob; it's more like decorative, which I kind of like anyway. It's got a bit of that Roman thing going on. Who else shall I show you? We have the cleric that I think I showed you the sculpt of before. These are just going to be really solid classic fantasy characters, so I'm really excited by these. And to see them in person. See them in person? Have I got them yet? I think I have. I've got them. Have I? I can't remember. I don't think I have. No, I haven't got them yet. That's the point. I'll prod Andrew, actually. Maybe they're the Sculpts. I've been chasing red cards from the post office round. It's driving me wild. Here is one of the Amazons. It's a couple of Amazons in it. So I'll keep some things back for you, but it's about time I showed you some previews. A while ago, you may have seen that I was stocking. Can't remember what the name was now. It was I'd put up on the website Ziva the Barbarian with the kitties, the big kitties, and they weren't bad Squiddo minis, but they were by the same sculptor. So I decided to stock them, but they've since sold me the rights, so they're mine now. Let me just get a little rotation on. So Andrew painted them up for me. Oh, where are we? So Ziva the Barbarian is now a bad Squiddo figure. Will it let me click? There we are. So naturally, went and got Andrew Taylor to paint her. Look at that. Okay, I know it's not going to be the sharpest, but you get an idea. How cool is she? Oh yeah, that's sharper there. Struggled. I was going to get another sculptor just to do a couple more bits to pad the line out, but just can't get hold of them at the minute. And Alan is just worked to death at the moment because he's got this Kickstarter. Then as soon as the Kickstarter's finished, he's got to sculpt all of the community miniatures. So he's not allowed to do any fantasy ones because it'll just detract. I don't want to take the mick. I don't want to be going, hey, here's a brand new fantasy Kickstarter. People have paid for the community mini. Is that going to happen? So don't worry, that will be happening. These, I don't know whether, I will. I'll wait till the Kickstarter. I'll wait. So these are the trades people. They will be going with, so they fit really well with the caravan. So I'll do a deal bundle with all that. Again, they were supposed to be released quite a while ago, but life happened. Everyone's life has happened, so things just been delayed. But I am so chuffed. They're exactly what I had in mind. I can't wait to put them with the caravan. Whee! Smash that like button. Do it. So I've got loads more to show you, but you're not allowed to see them yet. Oh, God, I do want to show you. I'm looking at them. You can look at my reactions. Oh, they're good. Oh. That's how good they are. Oh my. So that's a future thing, but that means that it'll be one of those short, sharp ones, everything painted on there, no crazy stretch goals, and then fasten out, because I can go, I've said a few times now that releasing things not on a Kickstarter has been getting worse and worse, so that's kind of just, throwing them out. Yes, trade cat people. Cat wizard people, yeah. So I'm excited by those. And it's nice to know that some future stuff is taken care of. So while I'm stressed and getting together all of, like the World War II Kickstarter, at least the next thing is it's taking care of itself, basically. So yeah, the caster, what do I need to do with the casters? I need to let them know what packs things go in, but that'll be after the World War II. So that's all taken care of itself, which is really nice. Oh, what did I forget? So cross that out. Still using this. This is wicked. Changed it up a little bit. I'm hungry. I haven't had my breakfast. It's got a belly rumble there. Mum was in on Friday helping out, getting lots of blister packing done. Thank you there, Lil. Getting us back to speed, which means when the Kickstarter's on, there'll be a Lil packing up all your pledges. I wonder what I've put there, under spiel or something. No. I have pulled out of Warfare because I was getting very stressed about. Oh, okay. I was getting very stressed about shows because I've got to organise. Decided I'm absolutely definitely doing Expo and Salute. So then I went, right, now I've decided I need to get into plan mode. So hit up my people, trying to organise people, get all the logistics sorted, and realised that this is a lot just for Expo, especially out of the habit. The space I was using to store show racks is now full of other crap, so it's just going to be even more stressful than normally is, and with potential things like having to get COVID tests and all that in between it all. I thought, if I'm dreading anything this year, I'm not going to do it. So I was dreading Warfare because it was another show, and the good things about Expo and Salute, like this year is really risky for shows. And I think I said this before, I put a lot of money down, a lot of energy and time, and with this year having, you know, smaller capacities for places, people not being sure about returning, it all gets really, the risk just ramps up. So I thought if I go for the two surest things, basically, and that's just two things to go put my everything into, because you know what it's like, sometimes it's just loads of shows and I'll be like, oh, this show. But when I go full steam, it means I can do a full Bad Squiddo Expo, full Bad Squiddo Salute, and not have to worry about anything else. I'm sure I'll be gutted about not going to Warfare near the time, but it's just another thing that my brain has to sort of take on. This year I've just gone, actually, no. So I'm really proud of myself for that, because it was massive, like, that fear of missing out thing. Warfare is really hard to get into, notoriously. It can take people years and years to get a spot there. So that's all sort of been hanging over me, but I just can't. So I'm pleased that I've drawn a line with that sort of stuff, and now I can focus all my efforts onto these two shows that are far apart and should hopefully have some money reimbursement by them being large shows. I still can't announce it, but I have a trader who will be at Warfare, who will be selling Bad Squiddo stuff. So don't worry about that. I'll probably be at the show. I'll see. I'm just not going to commit to anything. Yay! But yeah, I'll be coming along. Like even Partisan, I won't be trading at. Just those two big ones this year, because I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. But I'll make sure that there will be people selling Bad Squiddo things, and if I do come to some, I'll be able to do some like sort of pre-order pick up on the show sort of thing like that. Fantasy Kickstarter, there are not any halflings. We have got the dwarves, but I know that there's the difference there. It's only going to be, I think it's only about 10 figures, maybe a few more. I don't want to get carried away and add to it, so it's more of a sort of start off of that little fantasy line and being able to tie in, because we haven't got that many fantasy figures outside of the sort of Amazon's dwarves. The rest sort of just scattered about, so if I can make that into a bit of a solid fantasy line, that'd be really cool. So that'll just be the start of it. So because this week wasn't productive, well, was productive, but I kind of had Monday and Tuesday, and I can't remember what even happened on Monday and Tuesday. Probably just going, Monday and Tuesday. Then I lost in terms of office work Wednesday and Thursday. And Friday, Mum was in and I was knackered. So I didn't do tons. So there's lots of tasks that have been carried over day to day. So some of them some of them are going to have to be today. Some are going to have to be tomorrow. Make sure I get them all. Aside from this, all the delivery people seem to be coming when I'm not about, so I've just been chasing red cards. I've got a box, I think it's a box from Carla at Painting Nights. It's been over 2 weeks now of just me getting it redelivered and them missing me and having to go and then getting to the depot to collect a parcel, and then they've delivered a parcel to the house, to the office, and just so this red card I will be going. I was supposed to yesterday, and then I just was absolutely dead. And then annoyed that I lost yesterday because I was supposed to go to the office and have a full office day yesterday, and I was just dead, so it's not. But what else we got? Also, not to put a negative spin, there's all this Indian variant stuff coming in as well, which is making me a bit about shows, whether they will be fully opening things up or not. I said it's great. It's the vaccines are brilliant against the new India variant. Don't worry. Small print if you've had both of the vaccines, and it's still not that great. So my plan for next week is to beast it, which I've got there. Going to have to beast next week. I can put that down now, actually. I'm gonna have to have one of my beast weeks, I think. And I've been doing too many beast weeks, or trying to beast week and failing, so I'm gonna have to, because there's so many things I need to do. Tasks for other people, chasing other people, lots of important bits and bobs. So next week's probably just gonna be a dead Annie. What else we got? So Lincoln, I go to Lincoln. So I met up with Fenris Ian, who's one of my bestest mates, on Thursday, and we went around Lincoln. It was so exciting. I got to leave. So even though it was a dip in my productivity, it was really good for my brain, so that's worth it. And Ian's brain, hopefully. So I got out of Nottingham. I went on a train. I went inside places. It was crazy. I was so excited at the train station. Like, I haven't been on a train for so long. Like, now I'm on the train. Now I'm at a different train station. Yay! So yeah, it was really fun. So we just hung out, had a catch up. So we're mates. We also have lots of business things that we chat about as well. So it's that bit of both. Socializing, which is good. We went to what's it? Lincoln Museum, clutching our tickets, because you've got to, it's free, but you have to book in advance because they don't want surges of people coming in. So it reopened on Thursday. So me and Ian were there, we're like, we've got our tickets, we've got our tickets. They're like, just go through, there's no one here. I'm like, okay. So we kind of fanboy and girled around Lincoln Museum. So lots of cool stuff. Both seem to get lots of ideas about stuff. Some of it we both had the same idea, which led to war is on. No, I want to make that. No, I'm going to make that one first. Okay, I won't make it. Message sculptor. So that was, I thought actually that would have made Thursday would have made a good documentary of those, like, it's Bad Squiddo and Fenris exploring Lincoln, bickering over who gets to make replica versions of like old statues and things like that. So that'd be fun. So yeah, we went around that museum for quite a while, and that was wicked. And it's just one of those bits of everything museums. So we got little bits of ideas from all over the place, and it's nice to just have someone else to chat to about those sort of ideas as well. So just having a bit of a muse of like, oh, imagine if you did that, because we were just looking at everything in the museum and scaling it down. I can see us both like, oh, but if that was that side, oh, no one's done that sort of thing before, and all that. So that was fun. We also had cream teas. I haven't had a cream tea in ages. Oh, I want a cream tea now. Really good cream tea as well. So we had that. I'm just looking at comments as well. We went round Lincoln Castle, although it was tipping it down by that point, so I have to come back. We went round the what's it called? Prison, the old prison. But I ran out of time. Also, sorry. There's lots to do in Lincoln, and I didn't realise. So I apologise to the city of Lincoln for previously not being excited by it. So I was going, wow, I'm going to Lincoln. So I didn't really know anything about it other than there was a cathedral. So I was very excited that there was a full-on castle. So I'm going to go back. We had to leave. Ian took me back to go get Dave. So thanks for that, Ian. Especially as there was a long wait to get Dave as well. Dave the pig, if you missed. So yeah, I said, don't worry, Lincoln will still be here. So I go back at some point. I'm going to have another day and go around the cathedral, go around some of the outside of the castle, and just have another wander around. It's really nice. There was the glory hole. That was the first thing Ian showed me when we got there. So it's like getting all of Lincoln, the castle, the museum, the glory hole, the full experience. So that was a really good day. I was in a really good mood. My ankles were knackered from walking up and down that hill, and proved how absolutely out of shape I am. But yeah, it was really fun. I'm yawning just thinking about it. So yes, that was ace. So thanks, Ian, for hanging out with me for a day, because that was wicked. And it's just made me realise how much I have missed sort of hanging out with people and just having a chat. So we had like some coffees and just walking around. Ian, I'll let you tell them about the glory hole. There was a point where I'd not long arrived in Lincoln, and just as some people were passing us the other way, Ian went, "That's the place with the glory hole." Do that. So that was the theme, the tone set. I got a good. They were very blasé about the glory hole in Lincoln. Actually, I have to show you a picture. Photos. So casual. It's a little sign there from a hairdresser that says, "All business today is transferred to Now Hair, located a little further down the glory hole. Thank you." So get any other interesting photos that will not be bad. They're all a bit small. Well, yeah, so we saw this. Whoop. So it's this massive Roman shenanigans. It's like, hey, we found minis. So I posted them up online, and Chaz Elliott, the sculptor, I don't know how many people, he's an old school sculptor. He sculpted 4 Fenris, which is in the small scale, small world, many small world. And I know him from the internet, though I've never actually met him. So I posted some photos up on my Facebook, and Chaz went, "I painted them." What? He didn't reply to me when I asked him what year it was, but he said he was at college and painted them. They're all from minifigs, but it was a very impressive diorama. There we go. Oh, look at all those coming out of the castle at the back, or the fort. So yeah, it was just a really, really, really nice day, and got some learnings in as well. Oh yeah, I did get a new book, but I think I've put it away already. Where did I put? Oh no, it's here. Is it here? Look. Let me just slink sideways. Hello, piglets. Hey, here it is. So museum gift shops are also a thing I've missed, because yes, because so I always look for something, and I like to justify something as well. So they're usually free, so I like to just buy something from the gift shop to help them out as well. And I hate that whole thing that people do of, we'll take a picture, then we'll go buy it on Amazon. So I like to buy from the museum gift shop. And I found this. How good is that? Because that is something I would like to do. And definitely for the, maybe put some into the community miniature as well. Women of Northern Conquest. So that is perfect. I'm still yawning. This is to hide my yawnings. Another thing that arrived this week is Stargrave, which I've not even opened yet, to be honest. Well, I had to do a very quick flick through, because I want to be playing Stargrave, and obviously I'll be using some bad Squiddo figures. I'm going to be using the Ghost of Gaia minis, maybe some of their plastics, and they are good. And also Antediluvian miniatures, who is Andrew Taylor, who painted up those lovely paint jobs I just showed you. He's got a bunch of sci-fi figures that are just like the Ghost of Gaia, but men, basically. So they're by the same sculptor, and they complement each other nicely. And I've got some of those, so I might mix it up a little bit. I'm assuming it's going to be easy for me to pick up because I know how Frostgrave works, although I forgot because it's been a while. I'm sure there's just more gun rules and that sort of thing, but that is exciting. There's some really nice art. They've used a different artist, which I was a bit sad, but I actually really like it, so they get away with it. So yes, I have these. I got all of the plastic box sets in stock, so they're on the website. So if you haven't had a look, they're all in there. I managed to get a new MailChimp newsletter out Friday. I shall resend the to non-openers after this, actually. If you haven't signed up to the newsletter, you should do that. Again, I forgot to put it in the comments. But yeah, I'll post that around again. And the newsletter is important for actually getting news to people because, again, social media is sucking at the moment. So that's gone out, and they're quite handy, just little, emails with just a roundup. So if you miss this, if you miss some of social medias, you still get a bit of, chunk of news. So I've got in there the photos and some of the painted models of those new plastics. I didn't realise they were 3 whole boxes, so got plenty in stock, though I haven't checked the shop, so maybe people have been spreeing on them this weekend. So go have a little look. Go to the new in-store section as well. See what's going on there. That is most of the shenanigans I've got written down. Mostly shenanigans. My head is banging now. What's going on? Why is my head banging? If I'm rubbish, if you go on the main website, there's a link to the newsletter. At the bottom it says sign up, and it'll take you to the form, and it's all GDPR compliant. Don't worry. And yeah, the newsletter's cool, so do that. And then I'll post that around. Talking to myself now. Yeah, next week's just going to be beasting through loads of boring tasks. It's not even worth talking about. It's just going to suck. But I'm still there. I am back in my kind of overwhelmed land. But I've been making sure that I do some fun things, such as going to Lincoln to do a bit of recharge. So I'm hopefully not going to burn out this time. Woo! I'm going to have some breakfast now because I am starving. And then I'm probably just going to do some boring stuff. It's fun. What I do, with the newsletter, this light is flickering again. It's driving me nuts. What I do with the newsletter is if you don't open it, usually in a couple of days, I send it to non-openers. So sometimes you might get 2 in there if you haven't opened it, but don't worry about that. Right, I'm going to get out of here. My head's hurting and now that's flickering. So let's get out of there. Right. Guinea pigs are over there. They're all alive. Yes. If you've got any things you've been pondering buying, go buy them because Dave's just taking all of my cash now. So go have a look. See this new stuff that you want and buy it. Yes. I got a new bit of furniture for the workshop as well. Got a nice sideboard for an area where I just normally have a million boxes piled up, so a bit more organization in the smallest office in the world, but should help me not have to move to somewhere larger and more expensive. Yes. So yes, Annie's brain, as always, is filled with a million things, but out of those million things comes some wondrous miniatures and ideas and schemes and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of all churning away. Rightio, yes, go like the video if you haven't yet. Subscribe, ring the bell, check out the other social medias. If you're not on Baggy's Cave, sort that out on Facebook. Put Baggy's Cave in and you'll get to there. And I hope you're all doing well and starting, if you're able to, enjoy some of the more freedoms being given back, at least, because that has been helping me in the brain. So yes, goodbye, and I'll see you in the week for some sort of postage, no doubt. And then I'll see you next Sunday. So be very good, and I will see you then. And then I will see you next Sunday. So be very good, and I will see you then.